I mean, as long as you achieve something in that season that you're aiming for. I know everyone said that it was a bit of a curse if you won the minor premiership in previous seasons, as I've been part of those teams that's either won the grand final or lost, obviously, the grand final. So it's part and parcel, really. I think as long as you make what you want to make out of the season, that's the most important thing.
And this year the comp seems to have come forwards in leaps and bounds. There's no easy victories or easy teams to play. How have you seen it?
It's improved. I mean, I did disappear last year and then I ended up injured, so I didn't get to play most of last year's season down in the Sydney competition. It did drop for a while there, I will admit, but this year, obviously, the introduction of more ex-emerging Jets players, the return of W League players, it's really boosted the comp, and I think what we should aim towards is keeping all the W League girls and current emerging girls in the local competition and boasting it, but that's not up to us ultimately, and I think a lot of the girls need to actually step forward and actually say we want to support our local competition and our local community and stay where we are.
Now, on the note of the local comp, you guys had a win against Mid-North Coast up there the other week. It seems to be a bogey team for trouble with you guys.
It has in previous years, I will admit. But for me, obviously, Warhope, Port Macquarie, that's my home territory. So I always like to put on a bit of a show up there, particularly if Dad's up there, because otherwise he'll probably tell me off for it. So a win's always nice up there, and we travelled quite well considering the last two rounds we've had. We've had so many washout games we've had to catch up with, but I think this year we ended up with a different bogey team, being Warners Bay. They scrap quite well, and they've improved as the comp goes. But that's okay. I mean, you need a dark horse, and I believe that's a dark horse for this competition.
On the note of Warners Bay, what is it about them that makes them so dangerous?
Look, I think a lot across the board, like they started off a little bit slow, but they've, like I've said, they scrap together well. Like they look for those little mistakes, those little lapses in concentration, and they do pounce on that. And that's something I think all the teams have fallen to this season, but I think everyone's a bit aware of it now and they'll capitalise on that.
Now, the grand final's only 6 or 7 weeks away now,
yes.
or something similar. Is there a team you'd prefer to play or would not prefer to play on grand final day?
Oh, look, ultimately I don't really mind who we play. I mean, we've beaten every team. I mean, we've lost points to the 3 teams below us. I think it's whoever's the best on the day is going to win that grand final. I think if I had to have a team, obviously, I think it would be Merewether. We always seem to have a really, really good battle with them. And at the end of the day, everyone's happy, everyone shakes hands. They are the first club that I played with down here. So, I do have good memories there. But obviously, came to Adamstown, love my girls and this club. So ultimately, I think it'll be a good grand final between the two of us if it is us.
Now, outside of soccer, the last couple of months you've been off starring on the dance floor. Tell us a little bit more about that one.
So I was part of the Stars of Newcastle fundraising with the Cancer Council with 11 other local heroes in the area. Obviously, I was asked to do it because my partner, Matt, was diagnosed with a brain tumour last year while he was playing. He's all good, which is fantastic. He's recently finished his chemo and been given the all clear. So I was training twice a week before work. So there was some lovely early freezing cold mornings, and then we put it all together for a big competition on the 25th of June. So my style was Bollywood. I asked for something challenging and competitive. My partner was very competitive, and she's actually a good friend of mine now. And I ended up coming away with the win, which was lovely. But more importantly, I got to advocate and educate and fundraise for the Cancer Council and put awareness out there, which is more important, particularly in our community.